Good morning and welcome to Bazaar Morning Call. This Monday morning, I am Anuj, with me, Prashant and Sonia. So we have a full house and this is a very big week for the market for two reasons. A, this is expiry week, and B, globally there's this Jackson Hole Symposium which is extremely important for the market. And in that context, I just want to present a couple of charts which look very interesting because sometimes pictures tell you a better story. This is the Nasdaq. You see, it's the perfect 200-day moving average reversal that you are seeing seeing signs of that once again. And if you look at the Nifty, the channel that we highlighted last week as well on the Nifty, and if you see that that line, we had broken it on the upside. Now we are just at that on the downside in this channel. So it will be interesting to see if the market is at some kind of inflection point or was Friday just a pause in this rally. We'll find out, of course, soon enough. Guys, hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, Prashant. Morning, Anuj. Of course, I mean, there was a wave of profit taking that you saw, right, in the global market. So that seems to be the key highlight. The Dow was down almost 300 points on Friday. And of course, this week, the big event to watch will be the Jackson Hole Symposium that kickstarts on Thursday. So we'll keep an eye out on that, what they say about the inflation, about rate hikes, etc. But in our own markets, give and take everything, there was still very large buying that you saw by FIIs. FIIs bought over 1,100 crores. So the money is coming in thick and fast. No two ways about that. The market ended its 8-day gaining streak on Friday. So yes, Friday was a down day. But let's not forget that we've had big gains under our belt. It's almost a 4% rally in August so far. For the Nifty, it's almost a 5% rally for the mid-cap index. And we're not even 5% away from the 52-week high. So all in all, I would think that even if, there is some kind of profit taking, we're still closer to all-time high levels, 52-week high levels. So perhaps in this bull market, there are some pauses that could take place, right?
Yes, Sonia, on Friday I made this point that there will be one dip which may not get bought, while the market has been buying on dips, and it played out on Friday itself. So in that sense, the big question that I asked even on Editors Roundtable is, has the market made a lower top? It's been that kind of a market, very funny market. It just moves one way. It just doesn't stop on the downside, on the upside. I think the most important cue to watch is both the dollar index and also the bond yield. The dollar index is at 108.3, very close to recent highs, and the bond yield is very close to 3 in the US. And the Fed members have been hawkish ahead of the Jackson Hole Symposium, which is August 25 to August 27. Now, on Friday, I spoke about the overbought nature of the market and the fact that even the 5-day exponential moving average and the 10-day exponential moving average are very stretched. We closed below the 5-day exponential moving average. The next level to watch is the 10-day exponential moving average. Where does that come in? 17,645. That is where perhaps the Nifty may attempt a recovery. The 20-day exponential moving average is 17,317. So let's see if there's a bit of a mean reversion trade which comes back. Now, FI is bought, but they created some hedges via futures market, which may not be the worst thing in expiry week if you're a bull, because that means that at least there are some shorts which are coming back in the system. And if the market holds that 10-day exponential moving average, then there could be some short covering. The only reason which makes me a bit nervous from the market point of view is the way Friday's fall was led by Bank Nifty, which is the market leading index. When the market leading index leads the fall, just want to keep an eye on what's happening over there. So that's why you'll keep an eye on that. And let's just revisit those charts, because the Nasdaq is showing reversal from the 200-day moving average, and our market has shown very strong correlation with the Nasdaq. That's the Nasdaq. The points that have been highlighted are the 200-day moving average, and that's the channel where you're seeing the decline from. But Prashant, morning. How was your birthday, and what did you read over the weekend?
Oh, it was your birthday? I didn't know that.
Homebound.
Over the weekend.
And yeah, Saturday. So yeah, nothing. I mean, what do you do? Unless, of course, you head out.
40 is a new 30, you know that, right?
But
considering you turned 40.
But past 40 is over the hill. So 40 is done and dusted. Anyway, let's quickly run you through just a couple of things very briefly. I think the most important thing, of course, is the channel, which Anuj was highlighting. I put that chart out the week before last on Editors Roundtable as well, which is there are two channels. One is from the all-time high of 18,604, which was made in October of 2021. The other is a falling trend line from the Jan of 2022 high. The bigger trend line on a daily basis is gone. I mean, which was which of the Friday price action broke through, cut through, and we are right above the smaller falling trend line, which is from the highs of Jan 2022. So this is an important zone for the market we need to watch out for. Two other things. So that's the Nifty. Dollar index is finally starting to look like it's coming alive, right? I mean, it was higher on Friday. It's past the 108 level. And this after on Thursday, the dollar index completed what is a double bottom formation. So targets, once again, those who've been waiting for the dollar to break out, etc., will tell you that it'll probably head to 109, 109.5 first, but eventually 117, 118. Well, that's some distance away. Did not happen the last time. We'll see what's the situation, how it pans out now. But generally for equity markets, for the world outside the US, emerging markets, etc., you want the dollar lower, not higher. So again, a monitorable. And thirdly, oil prices, both Brent and WTI seem very, very oversold. Without going into details, just two things. We had Brent oil prices, which did not see a weekly close below a long-term average, 55-week moving average. This is on Friday. WTI prices, by the way, closed above the 55-week moving average for the second week in a row. So again, I mean, oil also seems to be coming alive at the margin. I mean, so Nifty on the lower side, watchful, a dollar, and oil prices on the upside, I think you need to be a little more watchful. Are some of the macro-ish kind of drivers for markets making a comeback? We'll find out, I guess, over the next couple of days. Sonia.
Okay, absolutely. Big macro, big global week, right? You have the Jackson Hole Summit as well. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter to global equity investors, is my opinion, because for so many years we've been tracking, it doesn't really move the needle too much, but it'll give you a sense of at least what people are thinking as far as the US economy is concerned. By the way, you didn't tell us what your birthday wish was.
Do they still have one?
What? With age? What happens with age?
Now I'll think about that.
I wish you lots of good global updates.
I wish for good sleep.
He shares his birthday with very prominent people.
Really? Like
Narayan Murthy and Shireen Bhan, of course.
Okay, wow. Great minds think alike, huh? And are born alike at the same day, perhaps. But you know what? After the show gets over, you can tell me your age. I'm sure you don't want to reveal it on the channel. Okay, well, lots of stocks to watch out for. There is a FTSE rebalancing impact that would take place today. So very quickly, I'll just tell you about the stocks. The prominent ones that will migrate to large caps are the ones that have been doing really well. Tata Elxsi, there's TVS Motor, there's Varun Beverages, there's HAL as well. So keep an eye out on that. And the prominent ones that will migrate to the mid-cap category from small cap are the likes of Indian Hotels, Gujarat Fluoro, which has had a great run, Linde India, Schaeffler India, and CG Power. So we'll keep an eye out on these names. But let's tell you what you'll get to see in the next 2.5 hours. On the equities front, Surendra Goyal of Citi says the Nifty is already up 11% in the last 1 month on returning FII inflows, margin expectations, improving commodity price decline, and decent growth outlook in sectors like autos. Nifty valuations now look high on both absolute and relative terms, and consensus earnings downgrades may yet persist.
Okay, let's get you some money market views then. B. Prasanna of ICICI Bank says that the dollar rose against major currencies backed by hawkish Fed commentary, higher US yields, and impending natural gas crisis in Europe. Asian currencies led by yuan weakened owing to growth concerns in China. FPI inflows and RBI intervention helped rupee remain in a range. He sees the rupee trading with depreciation bias within 79.5 to 80.5 for this week. So that's a large range.
On the bonds, we have B. Prasanna, who says that global yields have inched higher due to hawkish commentaries, while domestic yields got support from lower crude oil prices and new 10-year benchmark MPC minutes, which are pointing towards gradual hikes post front-loading done so far with an eye on inflation. He expects the 10-year benchmark to trade between 7.2 to 7.4. That's the range.